G'day gamers, welcome to New by Design. Today I'm going to be doing a video here on Destiny, and this is going to be how to use the shield, or the Relic shield, in the Atheon portion of Vault of Glass. The reason I'm doing that is because of absolute necessity. There is a ton of people that still have no idea how to operate the shield, at least without dying a ton of times. I say shield, it is the Relic is what everybody calls it, and it's actually what it is called, and we're going to keep on going ahead and do that. We're going to show you guys how to do it on the Venus side and how to do it on the Mars side. So first, we're just going to kind of go through this as a clean run, and then we're going to go ahead and do Venus again on a different character. I believe it's my Titan that we're going to do it, and then we're going to switch up to Mars because they are kind of different. There's a couple different things about them. You're going to notice the first thing you do is when you pop out on Venus side, you run to the right away and you jump down to this platform here in the center. Everybody knows that portion of it, and it's not too difficult, but you can definitely save your group a lot of time and give them more opportunity to do a ton more damage if right as soon as you exit you go to the right. So Venus is going to be to the right every single time. As soon as you exit Venus, you run to the right and jump onto the platform. No need to go down the stairs or anything like that or make any wild, crazy jumps. Nothing like that required. Then you are going to go ahead, once you do the damage, you're going to go ahead and jump back here. I think everybody knows this portion, but I'm just kind of showing you so that you guys know. So now we're going to go ahead and do Venus again on my Titan this time. You can see an important thing to notice is when you pick it up, keep to the right here of these rocks. The reason for that is because you're less likely that the Minotaur will see you. You're going to jump up and hit the right trigger button. What that does is does a slam to the ground. You are not going to jump up a second time. The reason you're not going to jump up a second time is because you risk dying because there's too much of a delay and you stay in the air too long. Then you're just going to keep on slamming that right trigger button. You can see the first run we did here was an absolute clean run, didn't take any damage at all. This second one we took a fair amount of damage because when we jumped up, all the mobs were all spread out and the Minotaur was nowhere near. He was actually teleporting during the jump itself, so that's going to be a problem for us. Another thing you want to keep in mind is keep telling the guys that are shooting the oracles to kind of get close together because it's an awful lot easier for you to cleanse them when they're beside each other. You're not waiting for charges. To cleanse people, when they get blinded, you're going to hit that left one button or whichever grenade button you have. That's the button that does a cleanse. Your cleanse is going to be available when the grenade slot shows you that it's available. So there is a charge time associated with it, and that charge time resets when you let it go. So you notice when you go to the center like I did just then, you do not want to let go of the shield itself because it will take a little while to recharge it. We're going to keep on talking about this while we do the first run of Mars. There will be other runs of Mars as well. But anyways, you're going to make sure that you are cleansing your group. Like I said, the easiest way to do that is keep everybody together. You can notice these two guys here are very close together. Very easy cleanse, and we didn't take any damage when we jumped down there to do that. You're going to want to make sure that the outside team is kind of has sort of an idea of how many relics are left. If you need help or if the guys inside are having difficulty killing those oracles, make sure you let them know so that they can send one of the bodies inside to give you a hand with it. Because the worst thing is if you can't kill the oracles and you die, and especially if it's for no reason at all. So when you're on Mars, you're going to head left as soon as you exit here. You're going to go ahead and left jump right down to the platform like we did in the other instances there, just the opposite of it. So you can see a big thing to note is you run to the right of that rock. Very important that you run to the right of that rock, jump up with your jump button and slam that right trigger button to do the slam on the ground. If you miss somebody, keep hitting that right trigger button and it will slam into them. Just make sure you're kind of aimed towards them, and for the most part it'll do an auto kind of correct itself and go towards the mob himself. Next thing you're going to want to do is again make sure that you're cleansing people. To cleanse them, it's going to be your grenade button, whichever the grenade button is. With PlayStation and Xbox One though, it is your left one button or your left trigger one button, not the actual trigger itself. It's going to be the one just above it there. So we're going to do it one more time here on Mars. Again, you can see the same thing. We're always going to the right of this rock. That is super important because what it does is it prevents them from knowing where you actually are, and that is a huge thing. Like you can see, I've only got one of them here, so we're just going to keep on slamming. As long as you're moving, you are going to likely survive unless you're moving in the opposite direction, and it just takes you forever to kill any of these mobs. I can do this, and most people can do this without any assistance with grenades or anything like that, but if you do have a Gallahorn and you got a guy using the Relic that doesn't really know how to do it, you can feel free to go ahead and shoot a Gallahorn rocket down there or throw your grenades if you do have one handy. Again, this is Mars, so we're going to go right to the left. We're going to jump right down to the center pillar there, and we're going to go and make sure we hold on to that button. We're going to hold on to the grenade button so that everybody else doesn't die, because if you let it go, there is a charge time, like I did mention that. And one of your jobs as relic holder is to update your team on the time. You can see it has 10 seconds left about now. I'm going to be telling my team that so that they know when they're about going to have to jump out, because you don't want to tell them when there's 2 seconds left, run away, because everybody panics and inevitably somebody will die. If you guys have any questions about it, feel free to post in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed this video or found it useful at all, it sure would help me a lot if you guys would click that like button. Also, if you guys have time, you can hit that bright yellow subscribe button just in the center there. That'll notify you every time I publish a new video. Thanks very much for watching, guys.